The 1978 Canada 5-cents coin is a classic Canadian nickel that features the iconic beaver design on the reverse, a symbol that has represented Canadian heritage and natural wealth for decades. On the obverse, it carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Arnold Machin, along with the inscription, Elizabeth II DGI Regina, and the date 1978. Many collectors get confused about mint marks on Canadian coins from this era, but it is completely normal for a 1978 5-cent coin to have no P mint mark or any other mint letter. During 1978, the Royal Canadian Mint did not use the modern P mint mark that later appeared on plated steel coins starting in 2001. Therefore, having no mint mark is standard and does not automatically make the coin rare. The 1978 Canadian 5-cent coin was struck in nickel, not silver, and weighs approximately 4.54 grams with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The total mintage for 1978 was very high, with tens of millions of coins produced for circulation, which means the coin is generally common in average circulated condition. In circulated condition, showing wear on the beaver's fur and Queen Elizabeth II's hair details, the typical market value is about 0.10 to 0.25 Canadian dollars, depending on condition and demand. In uncirculated condition with strong luster and no visible wear, it can sell for around 1 to 3 Canadian dollars. Brilliant uncirculated examples from mint sets may sometimes reach 5 to 10 Canadian dollars if preserved perfectly with original shine and no scratches. However, the real excitement comes if your coin has a rare error. Some collectors search for off-center strikes, double die varieties, die cracks, clipped planchets, or unusual striking errors. A dramatic mint error could raise the value significantly, sometimes to 20, 50, or even over 100 Canadian dollars, depending on how rare and visually strong the error is. Without an error, and in normal circulated condition, the coin is mainly collectible as part of a complete date set rather than for high investment value. Even though this coin is not typically considered a rare treasure, it still holds strong historical and collectible value as part of Canada's long-running beaver nickel series. Condition is everything in coin collecting. If your 1978 5-cent coin looks almost brand new, with sharp edges on the beaver and strong original shine, it is worth more than face value. If it shows heavy wear, it will usually trade close to face value. The 2003 Canada 5 cents coin with the small P mint mark on the front is a modern Canadian nickel that represents an important transition period in Canadian coinage technology and materials. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Dora de Pedery Hunt, showing the Queen wearing a crown and facing right. Around the portrait, you will see the inscription Elizabeth II DGI Regina, which means Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. Just below the portrait, near the bottom area of the obverse, there is a small letter P mint mark. This P mint mark is very important because it indicates that the coin was produced using a plated steel composition and struck using a special plating process introduced by the Royal Canadian Mint. This mark began appearing in the early 2000s when Canada transitioned from solid nickel coins to multi-layer plated steel coins, which were cheaper to produce and more efficient for circulation. On the reverse side, the coin displays the famous Canadian beaver design created by G. E. Kruger Gray, which has been used on Canadian 5-cent coins since 1937. The beaver is shown sitting on a rock, symbolizing Canada's wildlife, natural beauty, and strong national identity. Above the beaver, the word Canada is clearly written, and below the beaver, you will see the denomination 5 cents, along with the date, 2003. The details of the beaver's fur, tail, and the rock beneath it are important for collectors, because coins with sharper details and original shine are worth more. The beaver nickel is one of the most iconic coin designs in the world, and has remained almost unchanged for decades, making it very popular among collectors. The 2003 P Canada 5 cents coin is made of multi-ply plated steel, with a pure nickel outer layer bonded to a steel core. The coin weighs approximately 3.95 grams, slightly lighter than the older solid nickel coins, and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The plated steel composition makes the coin magnetic, which is one easy way to identify it compared to older non-magnetic nickel coins. This technological change allowed the Royal Canadian Mint to reduce production costs and improve durability while maintaining the same appearance. In terms of mintage, The 2003 P5-cent coin was produced in very large numbers for circulation, meaning it is not considered rare in normal condition. Most examples found in circulation today have some wear, scratches, or loss of original shine. In circulated condition, the typical market value is about 0.05 to 0.25 Canadian dollars, which is close to face value. Coins in better condition, with less wear and stronger details, may sell for around 0.50 to 1 Canadian dollar. Uncirculated coins that still have their original mint luster and no visible damage can sell for around 2 to 5 Canadian dollars. Brilliant uncirculated coins from official mint sets, especially those with perfect surfaces and strong eye appeal, may sometimes reach 5 to 10 Canadian dollars depending on collector demand. The most exciting and valuable versions of the 2003 P5-cent coin are those with mint errors or unusual varieties. Error coins can include double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or plating errors. Some plating errors may show bubbles, peeling, or exposed steel underneath, which makes the coin more interesting and valuable to collectors. Depending on the rarity and visibility of the error, such coins can sell for 10, 25, 50, or even over 100 Canadian dollars. These error coins are rare and highly sought after because they are unique and unusual. Another important factor that affects the value is condition. A coin with full original shine, sharp beaver fur details, and no scratches or damage is much more valuable than a heavily worn coin. Collectors always prefer coins in the best possible condition. Coins that have never been used in circulation and still look brand new are called uncirculated coins, and these are worth the most among common examples. The 2003 P Canada 5 cents coin is an important part of modern Canadian coinage history because it represents the shift to plated steel technology and improved minting efficiency. Even though most examples are not extremely valuable, they are still important collectible coins and can be worth more if they are in excellent condition or have rare mint errors. Many collectors include this coin in their collections because of the P mint mark, which represents a modern innovation in coin production. If your coin looks shiny, clean, and almost new, it is definitely worth keeping as part of a collection, and if it has any unusual marks or striking errors, its value could be significantly higher. The 2012 Canada 5 cents coin, without a visible P mint mark or any other mint mark, is completely normal, and there is no mistake or rarity just because the letter is missing. In earlier years, especially starting in 2001, many Canadian plated steel coins carried a small P mint mark to indicate plated steel technology introduced by the Royal Canadian Mint. However, after several years, the Royal Canadian Mint decided to remove the P mint mark from regular circulation coins, even though the coins were still being made with multiply plated steel. That means by 2012, 5-cent coins were still magnetic plated steel coins, but the mint mark was no longer required or displayed. So if your 2012 5-cent coin has no P, it is not an error and not a rare variety. It is simply the standard production format for that year. The obverse side of the 2012 5-cent coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. This portrait shows a more mature and realistic image of the Queen without a crown, facing right, and it includes the inscription, Elizabeth II D.G. Regina. The lettering is clean and modern compared to older portraits. The reverse side continues the long-running classic beaver design created by G. F. Kruger Gray, showing the beaver sitting on a rock with the word Canada above and 5 cents, with the date 2012 below. This beaver design has been a symbol of Canadian identity since 1937 and remains one of the most recognizable coin designs in North America. The 2012 5-cent coin is made of multiply plated steel with a nickel outer layer bonded over a steel core. Because of this steel core, the coin is magnetic. It weighs approximately 3.95 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. Even though there is no mint mark, the technology is the same plated steel system introduced in the early 2000s. The removal of the P mint mark was simply a design and production decision, not a sign of rarity. In terms of mintage, the 2012 Canada 5-cent coin was produced in large numbers for everyday circulation. Millions of coins were struck to meet public demand. Because of the high mintage, the coin is very common in circulated condition. If your coin shows normal wear, scratches, and dull surfaces from circulation, its market value is generally between 0.05 and 0.25 Canadian dollars, basically close to face value. In slightly better condition with minimal wear and some original shine, it may sell for 0.50 to 1 Canadian dollar. In uncirculated condition, meaning no wear and full original mint luster, the coin can range from about 2 to 5 Canadian dollars, depending on demand and eye appeal. Coins taken directly from official mint rolls or mint sets in brilliant uncirculated condition can sometimes reach 5 to 10 Canadian dollars if perfectly preserved. The only situation where the 2012 5-cent coin could be worth significantly more is if it has a mint error or unusual variety. Possible errors include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or plating defects such as bubbling or peeling of the nickel layer. Strong and visually dramatic mint errors can sell for 20, 50, or even over 100 Canadian dollars, depending on the severity and rarity of the mistake. However, a normal coin without errors and without the P mint mark is not considered rare, because that is how they were officially produced in 2012. Condition is the most important factor in determining value. Collectors always look for sharp details in the beaver's fur, clean fields without scratches, and strong original mint shine. If the coin looks almost brand new and has never been used in circulation, it has more collectible value than one that has been heavily handled. Also, coins that have been cleaned usually lose value, because cleaning can damage the original surface. The 2012 Canada 5 cents coin without a mint mark represents the modern era of Canadian coinage, where plated steel technology became standard and mint marks were no longer displayed on regular circulation coins. While it is not a rare treasure in normal condition, it remains an important part of any Canadian nickel date collection. If your example is in excellent condition or shows any unusual striking characteristics, it may be worth closer inspection, but in most cases its market value stays close to face value with modest premiums for high-grade pieces. The 2016 Canada 5 cents coin is a modern Canadian nickel that continues one of the longest-running and most iconic coin designs in Canadian history, combining tradition with modern minting technology. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Susanna Blunt, showing a mature and realistic profile of the Queen facing right without a crown, symbolizing dignity and continuity. Around the portrait, you will see the inscription Elizabeth II DG Regina, which means Elizabeth II, by the grace of God Queen. This portrait has been used on Canadian coins since 2003 and represents the modern era of Canadian coinage. On the reverse side, the coin displays the famous beaver design created by G. E. Kruger Gray, which has been the symbol of the Canadian 5-cent coin since 1937. The beaver is shown sitting on a rock, representing Canada's natural strength, wildlife heritage, and national identity. Above the beaver, the word Canada is clearly written, and below the beaver, you will see the denomination 5 cents, along with the year, 2016. The details of the beaver's fur, tail, and rock are very important for collectors, because coins with sharp details and original mint shine are more valuable and more desirable. The 2016 Canada 5 cent coin was produced by the Royal Canadian Mint using modern multiply, plated steel technology. This means the coin has a steel core with layers of nickel plating on the outside, making it strong, durable, and magnetic. The coin weighs approximately 3.95 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. Because of its steel core, the coin will stick to a magnet, which is completely normal for modern Canadian nickels. Unlike some earlier coins from the early 2000s, the 2016 coin does not have a P mint mark, because the Royal Canadian Mint stopped using the P mint mark on regular circulation coins, even though they continued using the same plated steel technology. This means the absence of a mint mark is normal and not an error or rare feature. In terms of mintage and availability, the 2016 Canada 5 cent coin was produced in large quantities for everyday use in circulation, meaning it is considered a common coin. Most examples found today show signs of circulation such as scratches, dull surfaces, and worn details. In circulated condition, the typical market value of the 2016 5 cent coin is around 0.05 to 0.25 Canadian dollars, which is close to face value. Coins in better condition with less wear and more visible original shine can sell for around 0.50 to 1 Canadian dollar. Uncirculated coins, meaning coins that were never used in circulation and still have full mint luster and sharp details, can sell for around $2 to $5, depending on condition and collector demand. Brilliant uncirculated examples taken directly from mint rolls or official mint sets, especially those with perfect surfaces and strong eye appeal, may sometimes reach $5 to $10 in the collector market. The most valuable and exciting versions of the 2016 5-cent coin are those with mint errors or unusual striking varieties. These errors can include off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or plating errors such as bubbles or peeling of the nickel layer. Coins with strong and visible mint errors are rare and highly collectible, and depending on the severity and uniqueness of the error, their value can increase significantly, sometimes reaching $20, $50, or even over $100. Error coins are especially desirable because they are unusual and different from normal coins. Condition plays the biggest role in determining the coin's value. A coin with full original shine, no scratches, and sharp beaver details is worth much more than a heavily worn coin. Collectors always look for coins that appear clean, bright, and close to their original mint condition. Coins that have been cleaned or damaged usually lose collector value because cleaning removes the original mint surface. Even though the 2016 5-cent coin is not considered rare in normal condition, it is still an important part of modern Canadian coin history and a valuable addition to any coin collection, especially in high-grade condition or with mint errors. Thank you for watching and learning about this valuable coin, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more rare coin discoveries, hidden values, and amazing coin collecting tips that could help you find treasure in your pocket change.